Each day we are working towards the future. We are constantly looking forward to it. So my wife and I are laying down the groundwork, not just to shape the land, but to shape out how we want to live. We created this environment for our chickens to live, and they repaid us with our first homegrown food. My chickens get privacy, they get their own little corner now, and they actually use it.
So for now, I'm gonna leave it like this, just so that she can see the eggs, not freak out.
Getting chickens was a happy time for us. It laid a clear path for us. It was as if we laid the first bricks on a road to becoming homesteaders. But to be honest, I think I'm going to change that first brick
Is this fake?
from getting chickens to seeing our first egg.
Is this fake?
Seeing our first egg was amazing. We created this environment for our chickens to live, and they repaid us with our first homegrown food.
Yeah? Oh my god, it's so weird.
And it looked different, and in all honesty, it tasted different too.
This is fake.
Yeah. Those are all... Oh, that one's perfect. We have 3 eggs. Oh, we might be getting chickies.
Do we leave them?
The color... Oh.
You said you might be getting chickies.
Well, what do you think?
I'm here in a different town. I'm here in a different part of the village, and this is the view that this owner gets. He's letting me cut up some grass so I can start planting them in my land, because we don't have any grasses like this. So he's super nice. I'm digging up some. I got some right here, and I think it's a great view. Look at that.
This is one of the sacks. This is one of the ones that I got. This is grass that they give specifically to animals. So this is not like crabgrass. And it grows pretty tall, because I saw some of the other grass he had. When it flowers, it was really, really tall. It was taller than me when it flowered.
Really?
Yeah, like the grass itself was probably a little bit shorter than me, but when it was flowering, the things were like went really, really high up. Probably like almost up to this peach right here. That's how tall it was.
So this is the area that we chose to kind of plant it. We got a lot of sun in this area, and it's also pretty cleared compared to most of the land. Over there is too many trees. This is full of just a bunch of dead blackberries and stuff, so we're not gonna go in there yet. So we're gonna do it on this flat, semi-clean area.
Living in Guatemala, we get 2 seasons, dry and rainy. And right about now, dry season is coming to an end. There isn't any rain yet, but we are about a month or so away. So I wanted to get started with some grass in our future pasture area. And I got this grass by asking around town if anybody sold pasture. Someone got me in touch with a rancher who was kind enough to give us this grass.
Look at this. This looks just like yuca. I think we should cook it and eat it.
What is yuca, baby?
Cassava roots. Right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a big one. Too bad. It's not.
We don't have any real systems in place just yet, so this means a lot to us. This is a slow process, but in the end, it will provide so much to us.
And because he has so much, when it was windy, this is all you heard. Because he has so many of these.
Finally, at least some work pays off. All the investment I've put in.
Thank you.
He's like, you need it more this way. So we have quite a bit now. All of that green there.
Planting grass and building our compost aren't just important, but crucial to the lives we want to have, having our own ecosystem to feed our animals and ourselves. Oh, how I felt bad for our chickens at first. But now they are living lavishly, at least in my opinion. Once they had no walls and no door, but now look at them. Roosting bars, family, cozy bedding, insulation, and a skylight. At first, it was a bit of a hassle to wake up and get them out and feed them. Not so much because of the time, but because of our schedule. We do work early, and being there for them wasn't super convenient.
And I just realized too. Need help?
Finished yet, but that's how it's gonna look. We have a nice big gap there that I have to try to fill in. Probably gonna have to fill it in from the inside.
So I see that they're getting insulation before we are.
Well, yeah, but you don't have like house wrap. They don't have house wrap. You do.
I'd rather have insulation and no house wrap. Covering all the little openings.
Yeah,
Right, Periwinkle? You gonna help today? You gonna help construct?
and that's the roofing. Has a little drip edge. Hey everybody, we now have a hole. It's not straight, but I'll fix it up later on.
Some things I have food, and I'm trying to get food from them. Not give food, get food. Are we clear? Get food. Produce. Produce, Pom Pom. So we got these eggs a long time ago before we actually got chickens. That was the plan always. So today that Eric finished the nesting box, finally we can put these in there. Okay, I think it's set. Like that? A little bit too long. Okay.
But with the newest upgrade to the coop, we can now sleep in. As long as you are comfortable with roosters singing for their food.
Don't press where you're pressing. Right, here we go. Final look of our chicken coop. Ta-da!
Well, let's see. Do that right on time. I think they freaked out a little bit.
Those are dogs? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's what we had to deal with when we used to have no fence. That was like 6, 7 dogs. And like real dogs, not like my dogs.
We can't just think of our chickens always, so we put some of that thought to ourselves. Making a food system that can be preserved is a necessity on any homestead, and a system that promotes security. In the past, Guatemala went through a small lockdown, and the main roads were all closed, trucks weren't allowed to pass, and food became scarce in the bigger towns. And gas was almost non existent where we lived. We had staple foods then, and our small town is full of farmers, so we weren't affected too much with food scarcity. But why wait for things to escalate, right?
Dehydrated coconut. And now we have our pineapple. 12 hours after, and I think they're pretty dry. So look, I also made this. This is beef liver. And all of these are for the dogs, and they love them.
You get your own treats now.
Here you go, Isco. Negro.
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 He just woke him up. He's like, oh,
Negro. So here's the jerky. The jerky is actually pretty good. We got 2 types of meat. It is really good. So this is definitely going to be something we make often.
This is crazy, yo. It looks like leather.
And since we had some space in the dehydrator, I made some beef liver for the dogs, and they love it. This may not be completely dehydrated. It may or may not be, but since it's for them, it's not gonna last. That's good enough. They already ate like 3 pieces. But this is crazy. Look at this.
No, I definitely like this.
And soft.
I like the way it looks at the
Yeah.
we want to make sure that our chickens get as much from the land as possible, but we don't want them to starve either. So with some research, we decided to make our own chicken feed. We got some grains from the local vendors that come every week, and voila, we got chicken feed. Wheat, corn, flax, oats, a balanced breakfast. At least we hope.
Flax, quinoa, cracked corn, oats and wheat. All right, so I have cleaned my hands already. And one of the things that we're encouraging is for them to continue like digging. We'll wait. Is to dig and scavenge, because we want them free range. This is just, to make sure that they get enough food. This is it. And so they get a nice multi-grained food for today. So we're missing Buttercup. I can only assume she's giving us an egg. So excited if she is. If she's not, I don't know where she's at. Okay, this is our first time making a pizza in our new home. We don't have an oven. We haven't made one yet. So we have a Dutch oven And so what we're going to do is I'm burning a bunch of wood right now so that it turns into charcoal. And then we're going to use that on top of the Dutch oven and underneath the Dutch oven. So I'm letting this flame get really big. We're burning a lot of wood because we're going to use quite a bit of it. And that's going to be our first time making pizza. So we're going to see how it turns out.
We make food all the time. Brenda makes some really good food, but this was much more than a daily meal. It took us one day and one night just of dough making, letting it rest and rise, and the next for pizza making. This was a slow food making process, not knowing how it would come out. Dutch ovens don't have knobs, and hot coals mean nothing to us. We were really anxious, but our hopes were high.
All right, there's our pizza. Eric has been working on the fire, so are we ready?
It's still burnt. It pretty much burnt all the wood. So I think we're good with it.
Okay, let's go.
To see it was amazing, but to taste it was so much more. I don't think I know how to describe the happiness nor the flavor. Two people who come from normal modern living to Dutch oven baking pizzas is amazing to us. And for all of you watching, we encourage you to somehow one day make your own pizza, be a Dutch oven like us or in your indoor oven. The taste will blow your mind.
So it's been 10 minutes, so Eric's gonna flip it. It's been 20 minutes, so it's time to check our pizza. See if our homemade oven worked.
Use that stick and pop off this. Flip it, flip it. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Nervous?
Yes.
I am.
Smells burnt. Yep.
All right.
There it is, completely burnt, but it's good. We gotta get it out.
All right.
Completely burnt, but
Just the outside is burnt.
there it is. Look at this. Pick your slice. This one.
That's yours. What's wrong with you? That's much better than the first one.
Yeah. How is it? How's the flavor? How's the bread?
I like the bread. Yeah, I think I agree with the sauce. Maybe we put too much sauce. How? No, I think it's a good combination.
Baby steps. No single act will make the future arrive, but one by one it will become real.